was to make some cards in advance. Since I was young, I always made homemade cards for every holiday and occasion for close family, but over the last few years I haven't been as consistent with doing that, and in 2020 I didn't do any at all. Last year was one massive depressive slump, so things like making cards for special occasions just kind of fell through the cracks along with the rest of my life. I thought that maybe if I made a few at a time, I'd have them ready to go and wouldn't have to worry about making them last minute or forgetting entirely. Today, I will be making Mother's Day and Father's Day cards. I decided to simplify things and try something new with these cards by making them only one-sided, whereas I normally make the standard single fold card. I couldn't decide which one to make for my mom, and I played around with a lot of the flower colors for the blue card to try to see if any of them popped out to me, as I was leaning more toward the green card and I didn't want to choose it without really giving the blue card a chance. Green card it is. I repeated the same process for my nanny's card, and because I don't want this to take up too much time, I'm just gonna fast forward here. I let those cards dry and began working on the Father's Day ones. I spent ages just figuring out what colors and patterns to use, and by the time I decided the glue had fully dried on the Mother's Day cards, so I returned to those. For the backs of the cards where I'd be writing my message, I thought that rather than leaving them blank, I'd add a pattern or a color to make them a little more visually interesting. Coming back to the Father's Day cards. My dad's card was inspired by a card I'd seen on Pinterest with little neckties hanging from a clothesline. For my papa's card, I felt inspired by the little vintage truck design that was used for the pattern, and so I drew out a larger one to create this simple and cute little design. And here's the results. I spent several hours making these, and not only was it great to be creative for a bit, it also gave me peace of mind to know I had these cards ready to go. I've been seeing K-pop journals all over the place lately, but I haven't seen anything similar for J-pop fans. I felt inspired by the concept and decided to start a J-pop journal of my own. I wasn't sure exactly where or what to start with, so I picked one of my most favorite idol groups, Hey Say Jump, and just jumped right into making my first spread. At the time that I had picked out my pictures and printed them out at the beginning of the year, Kato hadn't yet announced that he wouldn't be returning to the group after his hiatus, so a lot of the pictures I had were of Jump as 9, and looking at them made me incredibly sad. I decided to stick to showing Jump as they currently are and have been for the last 2 years now. This worked fine for the left side, as I could just remove his individual image. I really love the pastel color scheme. Jump doesn't wear pastel shades often, so it's always a treat for me when they do, as I love that aesthetic on them. I decided this would be an introduction page to Jump, so I included a picture of my favorite pairing, a group pic, and images of the group's two subgroups, Hey Say 7 and Hey Say Best. I considered including this picture of Kato, but seeing him along with the others just made me really sad all over again, so I decided to scrap the idea. It's been a while since we had a matching 7 and Best photo shoot, so unfortunately I didn't have a more recent subunit photo shoot without Kato I could use that would have suited the color scheme I was going for. Otherwise, I would have used it so that I could have avoided having Kato in the spread at all. Decorating the pages was equally frustrating and fun, as I love doing it, but I also wasn't feeling extremely creative on this particular day. I then went in and wrote out some mini entries about Jump and my history as a fan to finish off the spread. I actually did another spread too, but I'll be including that in an individual journal with me video. Good afternoon. For today's activity, I'm going to be swapping out my winter and summer clothing. Last year, I did a big clean out of my closet, and so there isn't very much for me to actually get rid of. The problem with some of these is after I lost weight, they kind of stretched out when I was thicker. I did gain quite a bit of weight for my body type, for my height, and so a lot of these kind of ended up getting a little bit stretched out during that time period. So when I lost the weight, they're kind of like loose but in all the wrong ways. So I have to try some of these on and make sure. Like a lot of things I own, I've just owned since I was like 12 years old. And then like a bunch of stuff I owned from when I was 16. It was my 16th birthday. My mom took me out to go clothes shopping. And she spent, I think, my birthday money, so like $100 on clothes. And that ended up not being a lot, surprisingly enough. A lot of those items I still have, and those are what I still wear. I got this when I was like 12 years old. I thought it was so cool. I had a bit of an emo phase, so, but yeah, not so cool anymore. Or at least not to me, so yeah, I'll probably definitely get rid of that one. I really didn't buy new clothes until I was like, I think I was 21, and I got my first job. I also had a lot of hand-me-downs. I would say it's pretty much evenly split between stuff I bought when I was like 12 or 16, or got as gifts when I was like younger, and then things that I got like as hand-me-downs over the last like 5 years. Definitely keeping. I spent way too much money on this. I know I can't take the majority of this to Japan with me, but because I don't know exactly when I'm going to Japan, I also don't want to get rid of like more than half my wardrobe and end up with no clothes or like 5 items. And I know that some people have like capsule wardrobes where they own like only like 7 or 8 items or something, and they just mix and match them and stuff like that, but that's just not me. Mind you, I pretty much live in my pajamas like 90% of the time. I think when watching my videos, that's something that's gonna be kind of noticeable. I am trying to change that. Okay, so this is where it gets kind of tricky, because there's a lot of these clothes that I just like and I'm comfortable in, but also I don't know how much I love these items because I don't typically get dressed, even though I'm trying to change that this year and wear more clothing more that's not my pajamas. There's so many clothes that I'm keeping for the sake of keeping my closet feeling full, but then if I'm not actually wearing them, then there's really no sense in keeping them. Let's go through these. I don't know, I don't typically like black clothing very much anyway. I'm very much a very colorful person, so I like color. Shorty, stop that. Stop it. Thanks. Okay, so now we're getting into stuff that kind of fits but doesn't really. I love this sweater. I love it so much, I just threw it off the thing. When I was a little bit thicker, this sweater fit perfectly, and I really enjoyed wearing it more as a result because it's always been a little bit baggy on me. I've had this since I was like 12. I'm pretty sure it was a hand-me-down from somebody else, and I loved wearing this when I was thicker and I could fill it out. But now that I'm a thinner girl, this doesn't fit quite right anymore. It's a medium, and if this were a small, it would fit perfectly. I definitely have to find something very similar to this to replace it, because if I'm getting rid of it, I need to know that there's something out there that looks, or maybe I can still find it somewhere in a small. Maybe I can find it on Poshmark. That would be so funny if I could swap out with someone. This sweater I loved so much. I just like the way it looks on me. And when I gained weight, it no longer fit. It was very tight on me, and now that I am thinner, it's probably going to fit me much better. I remember someone describing my style in high school as homely, or homey. It was like cozy, kind of like, I get what she was saying now, because looking back on it, I totally see what she was talking about, but I guess my brain interpreted that as like, it sounded so close to homeless that I was kind of offended by it. I also don't have a lot of clothes that I'm actually genuinely passionate about. Like, there's very few pieces I own that I genuinely really love and want to wear, or that are my style. So I probably couldn't afford my fashion sense. I still can't afford my fashion sense. But my fashion taste is really not, like, my aesthetic is kind of all over the place. I don't like anything in particular. Like, I just kind of love a bunch of different stuff. So it's kind of hard. I don't really have an aesthetic. Okay, so that brings me to this dress that I also love a lot. I'd probably be a small in this, and this is a large. I'm probably gonna have to get rid of this one, which I'm genuinely actually sad about, but it's not just about whether you like the clothes or not, it's about whether they fit properly or not, and in my case, this one just doesn't actually fit me. I need to accept that. Now that we've sorted them, I'm going to try on the clothes that I'm not quite sure about and see how they fit, and then make my decision. You can see how baggy this shirt is. Like, look how baggy it is, just on my arms. Okay, so you can kind of see how this shirt fits. I love this sweater so much, I can't even put into words. There's very few clothing items that I own that I love as much as I love this sweater. I love the way I feel in it. And so it's kind of a shame, but as you can see, it really is like loose fitting. And it kind of, like, it bulks up in the back and stuff too. It's just not very, it's just not a very flattering fit. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, this one has to be good. This is just very bright. You know what I mean? And it's not even like a favorite shade of green or anything. It's just bright. I don't know, like, I don't hate it. God, that's like the story of my life. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. Maybe I won't get rid of this just yet. It's not just about whether you like the clothes or not, it's about whether they fit properly or not. And in my case, this one just doesn't actually fit me. I need to accept that. Yeah, maybe I'll keep this one a little longer. I mean, it's cute, but like, when would I ever wear this? The buttons are dogs. They're little dogs. These are almost impossible to get through though. Oh, wait, maybe. Yeah, this isn't practical at all. There you go. So now that I have them separated between keep, get rid of, and put away into storage, and then a small pile of maybes, it's now time to get up my summer clothing. So here it is. It fits into this box. This is ending up a much longer video than I anticipated. I thought this was going to be pretty quick when I envisioned it. but I end up having too much to say as usual with story times and stuff about each item. A friend of mine bought it when she was in Japan. I'll be honest, I don't love Old Navy. I absolutely had to have this. This is probably the first time I've ever actually put it on. I spent my summers mostly by myself, just hanging out with me and my nanny. I can't stand wearing white clothing because 99% of the time it's really see-through. I remember my parents took us to Great Wolf Lodge for our sweet 16 birthday. I was one of those girls that was like, I'm not like other girls. And I thought that I was better than other girls because I didn't wear crop tops. I get the feeling I don't have the boobs for this top. Which none of those things probably matter. And anyone watching this probably doesn't give a flying fuck about any of the things I'm saying. But I'm sharing anyway. It doesn't fit. This box is just... That's the other thing with winter clothes. It's harder to pack away because they're thicker. So they take up more room. For the longest time I've been saving towards Japan, and buying clothes just didn't seem like a necessity. I would rather save that money for my future and be able to buy clothes when I'm living in Japan than do it now and kind of set myself back. But in the end, I guess I've been saying that since I was 16, so almost 10 years later, 9 years later, I'm still here, so. So I just cleaned everything up, and apparently it took me 2 whole hours to do that. Probably because I talked through it. But I managed to I got rid of a lot more stuff than I thought I would. So I gotta just take pictures of those and put them up on Poshmark, and we'll see where that goes. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know this was pretty chatty. I'm probably not interesting enough to be making videos like this, but I enjoyed it. I had fun, and it kind of beats doing it by myself and quiet with nothing, you know. That's it for this week. I got up early in the morning and spent a good amount of time just getting ready, even though I didn't really do much with myself. I put on a cute outfit, threw my hair up in a simple ponytail with a bow, a bit of light foundation just to lightly cover some of my acne scars, sprayed on some bug spray, and I was good to go. Okay, so this is where we're shooting today. Lilac Lane. Right here. Look at them. In full bloom now, and the white ones. I didn't know we had any white ones out here. And I have to go in there because there are tons and tons of them in there. Last May, my best friend Savannah and I discovered a whole bunch of lilac bushes back here that I didn't know were there for the entire 8 years my family's lived out here. The lilacs along the edges of the lane were the only ones I knew of. It was extremely pretty and was what inspired this photo shoot. I've been waiting an entire year to do this. The ones at the top seem to grow the best, but the ones near the bottom, the ones that I can actually reach and needed for the shoot, are mostly brown and dried out. I wonder what I should do. If I should still do it or not. I tried to see if I could work with this, but when looking back on the footage, I was not happy with it, so I gave up on this spot and went back out into the trail to try and get close-up pictures with the ones along the lane instead. I'm slightly disappointed. I was kind of hoping it would turn out differently. I don't think any of the shots I got are going to be worthy of an actual photo shoot. Like, I don't think they were good. I was definitely hoping for something better than this. There's another lilac bush I didn't even know was there. Let's check that one out. I think these ones are too high up though. I was having a hard time getting decent shots with these lilacs. They weren't much better and suffered the same fate as the others. The ones further down didn't get enough sunlight this year to bloom properly, I guess. Hey, Boo Bear! As you can see, they're all mostly at the top. There's not very many that bloomed at the lower end. Guess I'm not doing my photo shoot today, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I'll try again another day. Maybe next weekend. Maybe this was too early. Maybe next weekend will go better, and if not, then I could probably just come up with a different shoot idea and do something different for the same concept. I think I could still save the day. Ta-da! Right by the roadside. These lilac bushes were much more full and had lilacs from top to bottom, which was exactly what I was looking for. Trying to get decent close-ups and also use my very basic tripod to take pictures and included both of my arms in the shot was difficult to do on my own. Having to be both the model and the photographer but only having two hands is not an easy job and requires a lot of workaround on my end, and the results aren't fantastic. In order to take pictures, I basically just film the video and then screenshot the frames I like best. This helps with the issue of the camera mode distorting the way I look, as video mode doesn't seem to do that. But this isn't the best for quality, as the further you are from the camera, the more blurred the shot becomes, and screenshotting appears to maybe further drop the quality a bit as well. I'm definitely not a professional in either field by any means, so I'm learning as I go, and sometimes the learning process is more frustrating than exciting. My mom's like right there. This is going well, but I want a full body shot. It's just hard to get one in video mode. My mom. She's coming. Okay. But it was still fun to do, and I enjoyed the opportunity to get creative with photography, which is an art form I haven't explored much and I wanted to try a lot of this year. Japanese music is mostly what I listen to and has been the main type of music I've listened to since I was like 13. I know some people are very like organized with their playlists and they have like a specific order you're supposed to listen to the songs in and that sort of thing, and I think that's super cool, but it's just not me. I just like to shove a bunch of songs that fit that vibe I'm going for into the same list and then I just shuffle it, which is pretty much what we're going to be doing here. But I think for simplicity's sake, I should maybe limit them to, let's say, a 20 song playlist for summer and in no particular order. It's so hard, only 20 songs? Oh my god, like I'm really testing myself here. I think one of the first songs that actually comes to mind that I know I do want to add is Apple Pie, because that song's a freaking bop. It's so crazy good. Okay, I Don't Like Mondays is gonna be really tough because oh my god, their songs, like, they're one of my favorite bands. Okay, Lemonade has to be on there at the very least, and then also Sunflower. Summertime by Kodakumi. I'm gonna try to limit it to 1 to 2 songs per artist so that I don't get too overwhelmed. Honestly, with how often I listen to that track, I'm genuinely surprised it's not in her top 5 popular songs. My Girl's Perfume, definitely gotta be on this list. Relax in the City is such a good summer song. Oh, Spice. Oh no. Okay, I'm just gonna give them my top 3 there. Taichi, I almost forgot about you. None of his songs really come to mind when I think of summer though. At least that I can think of off the top of my head that really feels like it's instantly what I think of when I think of summer. Oh my god, no. I could do Sing Out Loud. I could do Fever. Oh, Color Me Blue. Oh, why is this so tough, man? Like, we're gonna do Nishi. Like, I kind of want to choose Relax and Chill just because, for the sole reason that was designed to be a summer song. I'm just gonna add it to playlist. I'm just gonna leave it pure for now because I've got 5 slots left, and oh, I haven't even gotten to Jump yet. This is so tough. Just 20 songs. The entirety of Shota's White album is just summer in an album. I'm just gonna stick Beautiful onto this playlist. As much as I want to do Rainbow too, I'm not going to. Oh, but fuck, I want to. Oh, it's so tough. Yeah, I might have to give myself 10 extra tracks. I mean, I make the rules, I can bend them. Because of You. Oh no. I forgot about Because of You. Oh, shit. Okay. No, we're gonna make this a 25 song playlist because I'm turning 25 this year. That's what we're doing. We're making it 25 because I'm turning 25. Okay, so he gets 3 songs and that's it. There, that's it. That's all you're getting. Rashi's discography is just so big that it makes it difficult. Yes, that song is the one. Between the Perfume tracks, I think Relax in the City is the one I feel the most comfortable with removing. Now Jump's really hard because just like Arashi, they've got so many good ones. I mean, I'm not super satisfied with that choice. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna stick with it, I don't think. Oh, fine, but I can't believe I didn't even think of that one. Damn it, Jump, why do you gotta do this to me? Why do you have to have so many good summer tracks? Like, Fun Fade is the ultimate Jump summer track. That is a hill I will die on. Okay, let's move on to ID. The ultimate summer Irie track. Oh, there's like 4 of them. Oh, I'm so stuck between those 3. I don't know what to do with myself. I guess it doesn't matter which one I pick. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I'll go with Mackenzie because that gives me 3 tracks left to work with. I mean, Kyuto's technically disbanded, but they're my favorites, so I actually might choose Kokoro no Sakebi. So that makes up my list. 25 songs for the summer I turned 25. This episode was the longest so far, so a big thank you to those that sat through the whole thing. I don't plan on future videos in this series exceeding 25 minutes, so this will likely be the only episode of this length. If you enjoy this series and want to see more of it, feel free to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching!